When I became an entrepreneur, more and more entrepreneurs that I met said, you need to write a book. I originally had no intention of writing a book. I didn't believe that I would ever write a book. They talked about the need to have a business card book. It really helps authenticate and validate what I do. It brings more authority to it. Hi, I'm Dean Hallett. I am president of Hallett Leadership, and I do leadership and high performance development with individuals and with groups within companies. We at Hallett Leadership look to identify the key elements that people have held back and be able to find ways to draw those out so that people show up as a very authentic leader. When I first set out on the journey to write the book, I talked to a number of other entrepreneurs, got some insights from them. I had a couple of leads that people gave me in terms of publishers because I really didn't know where to start. I knew nothing about how to write a book. I don't consider myself very long-winded necessarily, so I was wondering how I was possibly going to write multiple chapters of a book and have enough to say. I ended up going to a group called Strategic Coach, where a number of entrepreneurs come together and they're given guidance on how to be entrepreneurs. In the Strategic Coach program, I came across Michelle Prince, and she shared that she was a book publisher. While I was given other leads, I felt that she was someone who I got to know in the program. Having met Michelle and interacted with her, I felt like I knew her. And while there were other qualified people out there for publishing books, I liked having the personal touch that I felt that she brought to the table, and I liked having that connection. I felt she was incredibly genuine and supportive. She said, let's get together and talk about it and see if it makes sense to work together. And we spent about 2 hours just drawing a diagram of where the book could go, where all the ideas would fit, what might become the chapters. And when I completed that process, I was convinced that I was going to do my book with Michelle and with a performance publishing group. The personal touch is what really made the difference for me, and that really translated throughout the entire process. Michelle was available to answer any questions. She handheld me through every step of the way, from getting the first draft in there to how we wanted to go about the editing process, to how we get the imagery into the book, the images that we wanted to bring in, marketing, how many copies. Every step of the way, I felt that she was right there and she was a resource that I could reach out to at any time. While it was lengthy, she made the process as simple as it could possibly be. There was a point in time during the process where it no longer became about writing a business card book. I actually found myself becoming immersed in the thought leadership that I believe is in the book and being able to bring that to as many people as I could. Whether they did any work with me beyond that or not, just by reading the book. As the process went along, I became incredibly invested in it. I am super happy with the product that I came up with, and I wouldn't have gotten there without Michelle and the Performance Publishing Group. The results are what I wanted them to be initially, which was to be a business card for my business. Once I completed and released the book, I had received a number of people through my website that were inquiring about my services over several months. Up to that point, I wasn't closing those people. But once the book was out there, the quality of the leads that were coming through my website increased. The level of the individuals in their companies also increased. And suddenly I started closing people into engagements, whether they were for individuals or for a program within a company. It gave me greater credibility, and I noticed that within the first 30 to 60 days after the book was released, there was a distinct change in the trend. Publishing the book took some of the pressure off for me because my background is not marketing. And by having the book out there as a business card book, it took that marketing pressure off. 50% of everything you invest in marketing and advertising is wasted. You just don't know which half. And I feel it became more focused in what I needed to do in order to supplement the word of mouth that was getting out there just from my book, and was therefore able to more easily bring in new clients. I would recommend that anybody who's looking to write a book reach out to Michelle and the Performance Publishing Group. I cannot imagine how I would ever been able to write this book and publish this book without her help. She was an essential part of the process. Her team was excellent. There were different people involved at different stages of the game, and the handoffs were virtually seamless. I just want to say thank you to Michelle and the Performance Publishing Group for creating one of the things I'm most proud of. If this is the only book I ever wrote, I'm extremely grateful that I came across Michelle and the Performance Publishing Group to do it.